So it's important to lock up your firearms, but maybe you don't want to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a safe. Let me show you another way. So responsible gun owners should keep their firearms locked up. And if that's a handgun by your bed, I highly recommend something like a Stopbox USA. Drop a link for them down below. But for longer guns, or even a safe like this that can handle long guns and also handguns, you still need to have those things locked up because you don't want your children or relatives or friends that come over and visit to be able to access those firearms and accidentally hurt themselves or others. Unfortunately, we've seen too many stories about this in the past where people have hurt themselves or killed themselves or others accidentally because they found a gun somewhere and they could access it. So it's important to lock them up. But there's so many safes out there that are super expensive and they're very nice, of course. I mean, would all of us love to have a $5,000 safe in our home that is fireproof and, obviously people can't access it? Yes, of course. But maybe we can't all spend several $1,000s on a really nice safe. Well, here's another option, and this is going to be way, way, way cheaper, but still you're able to lock up your firearms. And so I want to talk about this one here. This is the Kaer. This is the 1500A. I'll drop a link for this down below. But really, it's just the principle. It's just the principle of it. And I want to show you this one and just some of the features on this one. And if you look at another video or another product out there, that's fine. But let me show you this one because I think this does have some unique features that I think would be very helpful for you as a gun owner. All right, so this gun safe is a solid metal gun safe. I mean, it's hefty. It's pretty heavy duty. You've got these side holes right here on the sides, down here as well. There's holes down there as well, and on the back. So both sides and the back, you've got holes. You can mount it to a side wall or a back wall, something like that in your home. A couple ways to access this, of course. You've got your keypad, also keys. So if if the keypad fails to work or you run out of batteries or something like that, I'm going to show you all of this here today, but you can obviously access it that way. So I set up a code here. I'm going to show you the code. This is not the code I'm going to keep, so I don't care if you see it. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 pound, and then I can open this, and this whole thing opens up. Now, you can see up here, I'll show you, got these bolts on the top, right here on the side, and there's one way under here as well. You can see it right there. So this thing is definitely not opening up right here. So that is nice. Now after you open it, then it locks, so it's locked open right now. So to access that, you push this to wake it up, push your code in, and then I can close that. So on the door, let me just talk about the door actually real quick here. So you got 3 handgun bays here, or holsters, and and then all these right here you can put your magazines. So if you put a magazine right there, put several magazines. You can put some kind of AR-15 or something magazines down here. There's all kinds of pockets and stuff in here. So I mean, there's always stuff. If you got lights, white lights, lasers, whatever else on your firearms, you can obviously put stuff in the pocket here. I'll talk about that in just a moment, that lockbox at the bottom. Got a shelf up here. Here's just a sampling. I mean, just small sampling I just brought up just to my shop just to kind of show you guys. But this can hold between 15 and 20, theoretically, 15 to 20 guns, depending on what you have on them. So obviously, if you've got guns with a lot of scopes and gear and all that stuff on them, then it'll hold less. But if you just have the standard gun itself, the rifle or something, then it will hold more. So, but just sampling, you can see here, 308, got an AR, and just a 22. So you can kind of see the idea here. Now on this back one, where you put these, I don't know, these little slots for the barrels and stuff, you can raise or lower that depending on what kind of gun you have, or what kind of guns you want to keep in here, I should say. And let's say you've got a really tall gun, you know, you don't have to put this shelf in. It's nice to have a little shelf up here for stuff, for sure. So I like having that. You put your ammo, you know, or valuables, whatever, up there. But if you wanted to have a longer gun in here, or longer guns, then, you know, you don't have to have the shelf. So just one tip on that. This does have 4 AA batteries that go in here, and that obviously powers your setting. I was going to show you this. To do that, you just push this button right here, and that will reset. And once you hit that button, then you can put in your code and you're good to go. So the instructions just tell you how to do that. So I'm not going to go over that right now. But closing it, locking it, you can see the bolts or these kind of deadbolt things come through here. Again, it's not opening it up, but if I grab a key, here's the other way to do it. Turn that, and then I can do it. And anyway, I think it's just a really helpful thing to have, right, around your house, is something like this. Now, one other thing I do want to talk about is this drawer down here. So this drawer, again, kind of big, hefty keys here. You got a couple of them, so it's nice to have 2, maybe 1 different places. So this slides out, and again, if you've got valuables, cash, you know, all your various passports, whatever kind of person you are, you can put all that down, or again, you know, ammo or handguns or whatever. So it's nice to have in this, because some people will just buy a safe, and we have a couple of them that are kind of like this. It's just that size. But maybe you don't want that stolen, because someone could just literally pick that, you know, the smaller safes, they could literally just pick that up and run off with it, steal it, and, you know, maybe break into it somehow. But this, if it's mounted to your home somewhere, to a wall, and it comes with some pretty big anchors and other things that come with this. By the way, here's the stuff that comes with it, in addition to like the screws and stuff. You know, little screwdriver, who cares about that? I didn't use that. But here, battery charger, comes with a light. I'm not gonna use it, but just to let you know that is an option. This light does come on when you open it with the keypad, so you can see in, which is really handy. But again, guys, having something like this in your home, I think, is so important, just to prevent children, you know, especially in my house, children from accidentally or even willfully accessing a firearm, and let's say it's loaded or something, then you definitely don't want them to be able to hurt themselves or others. And something like this, again, ideally, it is something you can access quickly at night. So let's say there's a bump in the night and you don't want to have a handgun next to your bed. Like I said earlier, that if you do want to do that, I'd highly recommend StopBox USA. Again, drop a link for that down below. And that way you can have a handgun. But let's say you want to have something like, you know, an AR-15, like the one that's in here. And to be able to come up here and touch this, put in your code. Okay, so 3, 4, 5 seconds, and you have access. And you can grab a loaded weapon and take care of something. So if you have 3 or 4, 3 to 5 seconds here to do the code and open the door and access it, then you can do that. Or, like I said, let's say you have this somewhere safe, or hidden, a key, then that might even be quicker to just put that in there. Now, here's the other thing. It makes a beep, and some of you guys are like, I don't want that to beep on me. Well, you can turn the beep off. There's a way to turn that beep off so it's just silent, so no one knows that you're actually accessing it. So that's another good thing. Now, is this going to be fireproof if there's a house fire? Nah, probably not. But, if you're going to go that route, well, then spend the thousands of dollars for, one of those. But if you want something that will keep your firearms locked up, then something like this would really be ideal. It is important to be responsible gun owners, and I can't stress enough that the importance of that. If you want to be a provider and protector, well, it's not just protecting your family from outsiders, it's also protecting them from themselves. But if someone did come in from the outside and was threatening you or your family, you definitely don't want them to get access to your firearms either. So anyway, guys, I'm just trying to think through where I'm going to put this now. Well, guys, I hope this has been helpful for you today. And again, I'll drop a link for this down below. But if you're not done so, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate you and your support for us, and we'll see you on the next video.